Hey, welcome to the Guitar Ladder System. I have many videos on Cycle 1. Let's just call this one kind of an introductory one. And the power of the Guitar Ladder System is in the fact that we don't overanalyze, we don't do a lot of busy work and things that just will make things complex. I used the example with somebody a while back, like pouring water under a rock, it's not going to absorb. Whereas if you pour water into sand, it will absorb, into the sand. It's kind of the same thing with teaching the musical mind or the musical ear or your subconscious mind. In order for it to get the maximum benefits, it's important that we don't overcomplicate things and just expose your musical ear to these ideas. So like with Cycle 1, when you're first starting Cycle 1, the best thing to do is just play the chords. You can use your fingers or a pick. At first you're going to be kind of figuring out the chords if you haven't done them before. But just go through the chords and listen. Okay? And notice that the bass is kind of moving up in half steps, okay? And that there's common tones. Like here, common tone is one of the improvisational principles that are the 10 different systems of improvisation are kind of integrated into my chord study, so you don't need to think about it. And when I studied with Joe Pass, he used to always say, simplify your thinking. Don't always be thinking. And it's a huge point. So here, you have the common tones, right? Those common tones to both these chords. But you don't need to over process that. But just notice lightly that the bass does kind of move up. Okay, we don't have to analyze this and get all crazy about it. Okay. Now, once you get used to the cycle a little bit more, then try to kind of snap your finger. You don't have to do it that quick, but just try to, go, with a little bit of speed from chord to chord, okay? And, but like I said, the main thing, it's the simplicity of the Guitar Ladder System that makes it so powerful, because I've discovered through teaching a lot of private students and students that had just unbelievable, almost like supernatural progress. It was just unbelievable. That when you present this information in a way that you don't overcomplicate it, you can just absorb it. It is that simple. And you start hearing and noticing and learning chords and groups of chords. Like if you play this chord, then you can automatically go to here, okay? Now as long as we're discussing Cycle 1, when you get to Cycle 1 with the shading, I think I've called it 2 as well, and I also have another Cycle 2 that's in my book. But anyway, don't worry about it. But then we come in with the shading like that, okay? And when you find something that works, like the shading, then just keep, kind of milk it. Try it in different places on your guitar. But when you first start the Guitar Ladder System, there's no need to overanalyze. Like I said, just do these studies and play each chord one time and listen to them and notice what's going on. You have smooth voice leading, that just means that there's small interval skips, okay? So that makes it more musical sounding. So you have like small, see that? You're moving, you're keeping things kind of close knit. So smooth voice leading. And I have lots of videos on Study 1. I have some on YouTube as promo. I'll send you as well. But like I said, the main thing is don't be concerned that there's not a lot of discussion of Cycle 1, because I have noticed that when you just practice these, you can talk about them until you're blue in the face, but it's the sound, it's the color, it's the tension and resolution that you experience, And most great music is in many different, combines different forms of improvisation. It's not just all diatonic or all modal or whatever it might be, or chromatic or chordal harmony or whatever. So that's what's so powerful, is with the 240 studies of the Guitar Ladder System, you're just going to automatically start learning what I call musical sentences, okay? So again, when you're first starting the Guitar Ladder System, and once you get this going, and if you want, you can request the arpeggios, and if you really want to have some fun with a single note exercise that I've been doing for over 30 years, request the waterfall lick. But I just want you to work on it like forever. I'm serious, okay? But anyway, that's what you want to do with Cycle 1. Just get used to the chords, okay? You can use a pick or your fingers. Notice how the bass is kind of moving up. You've got smooth voice leading, meaning, notes that are close to each other. You have common tones. See that? Smooth voice leading, and then when you integrate some of the shading, then you get hear that as well. So once you get used to cycle 1, then just try to snap through it a little quicker. Don't be worried if you're not going real quick. That doesn't matter. What we're trying to do is seed the subconscious mind. So it's not the speed that's important. It's exposing your musical ear to new harmonic territory and learning these musical sentences. So don't overcomplicate it. Just play study 1, listen to it, and just keep building. And once you get cycle 1 going a little bit, try to make a minor change, maybe just a very, very minor change. Another thing you can do is, like I said, you can add the arpeggios, even just a 1 octave arpeggio. You can do that too. But you can send for that. Go ahead and email it, and I can send that as well. Okay. So congratulations for starting the Guitar Ladder system. It's worked for 4,000 people. People with master's degrees have purchased this course. I've had colleges and even some universities have requested licensing on some of my material. I've really got something special here, folks. But the power is in the simplicity. And if you just kind of, as corny as it sounds, just bring a positive attitude to the table, don't overthink it, kind of put your ego on the back burner. That by ego, I mean that part that wants to judge everything and figure everything out and put it into a cute little category in a box. I've had people with master's degrees in music buy my course from me because they told me, well, I've got a master's degree in music, but I don't know how to improvise because they were kind of taught a system that's inside of a box. And the Guitar Ladder system frees you from the box and will wake up the musical creativity, wake up the composer within. It really works, folks. So appreciate it, and be patient. Don't watch the water boil, and practice. Take care.